Yeah.
And I did also find that there's a government site, ready, ready.pa.gov. And it's code red alerts will come out. You can do it on your cell phones. You can do it on multiple places. So I signed up for that and got a message the next day about strong thunderstorms in the area. So
Nice. Yeah, it looks like a good website.
That's for weather. Is it from weather emergencies?
it's from the state. It's ready, READY .pa.gov.
There's another one called Ready Chesco, but I don't know what the site is off the top of my head. I know we're registered with that.
It might be the same thing.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Localized. When you sign up, you put your location and it'll hone into that. Sounds like
We get alerts from Ready Chesco every so often for severe weather or whatever.
hail, pestilence, frogs, gnats.
Yeah, yellow alerts, amber alerts and all of that, you know.
You can check what you want to get and what you don't want to get.
Yeah.
Dan,
That's all
I'll
I have.
send those out to you, so it's easier.
Pardon?
I can send those to you, so it's easier.
Yeah, how would I use them?
They'll use you.
Oh,
They'll send you.
They're gonna have, if they're gonna do that, they're gonna have to wait in line.
Chuck, it looks like the Ready Chesco is email alerts. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and here's his text and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that, yeah, you send that to me.
Will do.
I need something else to get excited about. That's good.
More emails to confuse you whether it's real or
Yes.
phishing.
Yes. Your report was very good, Len.
My report.
Your reminder and recap.
Mm. Oh, good. And have you guys, maybe you guys don't need it, set up your phone to have your COVID vaccination card on it? I know cards or smartphones give you that, are starting to roll that ability out. I have not done it yet. I keep meaning to.
I just took a photograph of mine.
That's what I did.
Yeah. I didn't know there was another way to do it.
I think there's a way to I have to do more research. To make it more
Nancy.
official.
Okay. You'll let us know, I'm sure.
It's one of those things that I
doesn't help me
do on the
unless
weekend.
You give me a phone. I don't have COVID, but I don't have a phone either.
You're not going out of the house yet, are you? Other than doctor's appointments. I think he froze.
Everybody's frozen.
Oh,
On.
Goodbye, Dan.
Oh,
Oh, here.
there he is.
Dan, thank you for the entertainment.
Yes. He's muted. Is he muted? Yeah.
Yes, Dan, you're muted.
Hate when that happens.
I forget what the lower half of your head looks like.
There was one week that he was farther back so we could see him.
Yeah.
But then he was softer, so it was hard to hear him. So we can talk about him because he's muted and he can't talk back.
Were you talking about me? I heard half of that.
Who gave you that idea?
I'm gonna find a new support group.
Oh, you can't.
You'd miss us, Dan. You know you would.
We
I know.
missed you.
A
We
lot
miss
like,
you.
yeah.
Connie Amen said she was going to watch the recording this week because she couldn't come. So she's like, so I was like, oh, we'll have to say nice things about you.
Bonnie?
No, Connie Amen.
Oh, okay.
Betty said she couldn't come either, so.
They're gonna miss us, it's,
I know.
I'm sure whatever they're doing won't be as fun.
No.
Or is enlightening.
Well, I have a question.
Go for it.
Okay. Life is full of continuums, and one of them is people who are very thinking about being online and being on your computer and so on and so on. And some are very security minded, very concerned about it. Others are considerably less so. And what I'm talking about, I like input from everybody that would have it on how to deal with this. Again, everybody's different. It used to be when I wanted information, my mom would always say, you got to look it up, Dan. So we had encyclopedias. I went over the encyclopedias and looked it up. And I was trained well. Well, now you don't do that anymore. What do? You go online and get information. So anyhow, I'll get to it. I have a tendency to do that. Not a huge amount, but there is some concern about me because I know enough to be dangerous, and how much should I do and what can I do? What is so like the other day I was online. I think it was one of the investment houses, I think, had something where where to retire, just what cities are the best to retire in terms of, it was cost of living type stuff. And I just like I always have. So I went on and got information on that to find out in Florida versus Pennsylvania and so on, what you need to, how much money you need to retire and that sort of, just for the heck of it. I also will go on sometime to check Zillow for value of a house and that sort of thing. I'm using those examples. Anyhow, some people say, Dan, don't get on that stuff because they just will follow you. They know things about you. They'll think you're old with money or something like that. And to the point where almost like stay off from it. On the other hand, if I can't go to the Britannica encyclopedia anymore and I can't get online to check things, how afraid, because I tend not to be a fearful person. Some people are. So my point is here, assuming there is one, is that what is the security risk? And I know you shouldn't get on and check links, all over the place, but how do I deal with security and doing stuff online?
Mm-hmm.
You see my question?
I think so. Yeah, it's something that we all struggle with, right? It's the point now where you kind of have to consider everything on the internet could be, false information or things, and then you slowly make sure it's credible and the things like that.
Okay, I'm not, and it's not just false information. What I want to know is when I get online, I know that at times if I look for something, you get ad after ad on there for the same thing. So someone is watching.
Right.
but how much do they know that I do online? And how much do they have access to?
The question is, how much privacy settings have you set on all these websites? Right now, privacy is a major concern that you see in a lot of news stories. And companies, these big tech companies are slowly catching up to that privacy, right? Because for years and years and years, these big tech companies, Google, YouTube, Facebook, we're the products, right? They're collecting data about us and selling our information to companies to advertise for us. So, if you go to Amazon, you search for a baby onesie, then all you're going to see are baby products, or, you know what I mean?
Right.
So right now, the current, thankfully, and this should have been addressed 20 years ago, but we're finally catching up there, right? So these companies are finally going, wait, we need to stop this. So some of these companies like Apple, I've talked about iOS 15. One of the things about the new software system is it's very privacy conscious, right? One of the things that it doesn't let you do is, I used to be able to see when you opened a Westminster email, I could see what links you clicked on when you opened those emails. If you opened it now on an Apple device, I can't see that information. So they are slowly catching up to that information. So now as a marketer, I can't market as well. Like, I can't go, oh, Chuck's interested in Rise Against Hunger, but Bill's interested in, the Journey class. Like, I now can't get that kind of statistics. So that Apple's now done a little more. They've encrypted things in a way that weren't before. Google, I know, Dan, you've switched to DuckDuckGo.
Right.
DuckDuckGo, if you're using that as your search engine, is more privacy focused and is giving you less
That's
tracking.
because I'm on the leading edge.
Right. We
That was
talked
a-
about you
that-
last week,
That was a
actually,
joke.
when
that
you
was a
weren't
joke.
here, because someone asked about DuckDuckGo, and I was like, well, Dad already uses that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that is a search engine that, if you're concerned about tracking, they're not going to sell your information, or at least not as much as Google. So it's safer to use that as your search engine. Firefox is another one. Like, if you have Firefox as your browser, that is a more privacy focused browser than Chrome, Internet Edge, Explorer. Safari is the next best one. Safari and Firefox are the two best browsers if you're concerned about privacy. And then from there, you can go to different websites and say, don't track me. I don't want you to track my X, Y, and Z. So you can go to Facebook and say, don't share this privacy stuff. I know you're not on Facebook, but if you were, or go to Amazon and say, don't track the order histories, and you can go to each, but they don't make it easy. It's not like one click will shut it off for everything, right? They just make it, it's called a dark pattern. We've talked about that before, right? They make it very hard and frustrating as a user to turn off those things, because it's benefiting them to sell your information to people. So they're going to make it difficult for you.
You think Google shuts it off, actually?
It's one of those, we hope, right? They say they're doing it. Are they? It's hard to say. But as a person, I sleep better at nights if I don't think too hard on it. They probably are still doing bad things, but it's better than they were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We'll slowly get there. Slowly. It's coming. I think the government is finally catching up, like this is a big concern. And customers are starting to become aware of it. And when, customers are advocating, that pushes more. But I would say limit what you do on websites, don't buy everything off Amazon. Go to the actual retailer. It might be a little more expensive, and you'll probably have to wait a week or two for it to arrive at your door if you order it online. But rather than 24 hours or 48 hours, but
Yeah.
those kind of things, you as a customer can choose, I don't want to use this product or this website or the search engine. But it's not an easy solution. But as far as detecting what websites are true information and things, 2 weeks ago, I shared a website and a browser extension you can add called NewsGuard, which it kind of, a lot of journalists and credited sources go to every, news organization, or there's a health version one where it's all the health websites and medical doctors read all this stuff and go, okay, this on a scale from 0 to 100, is this credible? And it leans more towards the conservative end or the liberal end. And they kind of give you kind of all this breakdown information. So if you're concerned about website tracking, that would be or trying to see, is this a legit website or legit news organization? Or is it a Russian troll? You could add that extension. If that helps. I don't know.
One thing I do, and I may be just fooling myself, but I think helps a little bit, tell me if it doesn't. When I have a window open and I'm say on my bank account or everything, when I log out of my bank account, I close that window and open another window before I do anything else. Is that helping at all a little bit or no?
I would say if you clear your cache and cookies, it'd be safer.
Okay.
Which is, again, more time consuming, but that's going to erase your internet history.
Yeah.
Versus just
Okay.
closing an app.
If I wrote a memo in Word and then just put it in documents, can anyone out there have access to that document?
If they somehow hack into your computer, they could get it, but the likelihood of that happening.
They can access, particularly, you know how many documents I have. I mean, they can actually go through cyberspace into my office, in my computer, and pick that document out.
Depending on the type of malware that could potentially go on your computer, yes. But I would think you'd get warning signs that was happening to you. And if you password protect documents and things, they'd have to then break into the password. So if you use secure passwords, especially if protected documents like your username and passwords or banking information, they'd have to then guess that. But if every password's Gentle Dan 2, they'll probably be able to break into that eventually. But I'm guessing the likelihood of it is pretty slim because you're paying attention to this kind of stuff, Dan. You're not.
Lynn, in Safari, can you set it to forget your browser, clear your browser history when you close it?
I don't know.
I know you can in Firefox because I've done it. And I think you can in Chrome, but I'm not sure. But I'm not sure about finding it anywhere in Firefox, in Safari, I mean. On the
Look it up.
Safari tab, there's a clear history icon down under the preferences choice that you can do it right from there. But I don't know that there's a setting that you can turn it off every time you log out of Safari.
Safari, as opposed to Word. Safari's
Safari is a web browser.
oh, okay.
It's the Internet Explorer for Macs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not seeing anything. I know I've done it in Firefox, and I
Mhm.
think I could do it in Chrome, but I'm not sure about Safari.
Automatically, nope. You would think they could because they're better at that than some
That's
of
what I
the-
thought too, and I went looking for it, and while you were talking here, and I can't find it. I looked under Safari preferences, under security.
Do you think they do that automatically?
No, I know they don't. I know they don't.
Yeah, that'd be too nice,
I'm
right?
going to leave, gang. It's thrilling, but I have to disappear.
We'll miss you.
See you at church.
Hi to Jean.
I'll see you at church in a few years.
Or
I haven't been-
wherever.
I haven't been out since Old Testament times. We've got a couple's coming over today, We're gonna have to-
Wow.
and he's bringing me a milkshake.
Whoa.
From where?
I have to sip it through a mask. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be with somebody. I'm not even Zooming.
Wow, that's exciting though. Baby steps.
I don't want to belabor this, but back to what I was talking about.
Yes.
Do each of you, how much do you get stuff online? How much do you access it and say, gee, I'm wondering about this, and I get online, like if you saw something come across, say, hi, Pastor. Hi, Bob. If you saw something come across, would you say from Merrill Lynch said something, it had some history about cities to retire at or something like that. Would you have any, and you saw something you thought was interesting, would you have any problems in clicking on and seeing what it's about or not?
And are you getting that via email or are you searching in a search engine for that information?
In that case, it's probably an email from, say, Schwab or something like that.
Mhm. What I'd recommend doing is if oh, that's interesting, I'm curious about that. I would go to the internet and instead of clicking the link on the email, go to the browser, search in Merrill Lynch suggestions on retirement locations, and it should come up with that information.
And
It's
meanwhile,
a way to avoid, if it is a phishing email, a way to verify, because all of that information via email is pretty much on the internet as well.
okay.
And that's a secure site.
Yeah,
By the time I do all that, retirement will be done.
yeah, it's one of those, again,
I'll be
time consuming and frustrating for the user.
I'll be a dead person.
We don't want you to retire anywhere other than here, Dad. You're not allowed to leave Chester County.
We're talking retired and tired. Um,
You're talking my language.
my support group's back.
Oh, we don't count?
Oh, yeah, but I sensed a bit of ridicule there when I was on mute.
Never
Not from
ridicule.
No,
us,
no,
Dan.
no.
Not
No,
from
no.
us.
Okay, here's my opening then. I thought I was learning a lot and was becoming more knowledgeable and feeling a little good with myself, and then it all blew up in my face. Phones, cell phones, and I don't know, one of them is a track phone, so I wish Betty were here, and the other, and it's all Android, so I don't know if you guys know this or not, but anyway. And how this happened is I downloaded a Stargazer program. And it was such a cool thing that an app to my cell phone. And it was so cool that you could hold it up wherever you wanted to look at it. And then you'd see it on the screen too. And I thought that was so cool. Well, I couldn't do that on my cell phone. Long story short, I don't have a magnetometer on my cell phone. Okay, well then it seems like maybe I need a better phone. So I Googled it, and Android cheaper phones have magnetometers and other ones don't. And I don't know why, but I went back to my old track phone. It's like 5, 6 years old. And darned if there's not a compass on that, which means it has to have the magnetometer. Okay, so why can't I no. So the question is, how can I download the app to that phone? Because it wants me to, it's want me to open my account. Well, I've closed the account on that phone. And of course I don't have cell service on that phone, but I can still, I've got a Wi-Fi and I can still work the apps that I had on there, the games and stuff that I had on there. So I guess, can you have 2 smartphones with the same account? Or can I open an account on a cell phone that doesn't have cell service? You know, it's just a little mini computer, I guess, so that I could download that. Does anybody have any idea on that? And the other thing along that, so I was doing more information, looking at more things on that on the old cell phone, and I noticed that one of the word search games that I had every permission in the world on to use my cell phone, but I can't find any place to turn it off. It's not under apps, and it's not under settings and then apps. And then I noticed there's nothing on my phone saying anything about notifications, so I can't turn that on or off. If I can't, I guess, do I even want to load more apps if they're going to be able to do anything they want, if I don't have any, choices in the matter?
So when you go to setting, there's no notification section in the settings, or there's no privacy section in the settings?
Not on the old phone, no. I'm just trying to think. I don't know if I looked under security though. Maybe it was under security.
It would make sense to be under security.
Yeah, except that I
That's why
don't
it's
think.
not there.
Guess what? There's no. Oh yeah, there's security.
It's like yesterday with the clock.
Yeah,
Oh,
where you think it's gonna be, it won't be. That's
where's this
normal.
go? Device app
It'd
options.
be too logical.
Oh, you know what? View or change app permissions. Oh, but that's only for location, maybe. Some messaging. Oh, all right, I may have found it. I won't take time now. I may have found that. But the bigger question is, whenever I tried to download something new to the old phone, it would want me to turn on my Gmail account. But I didn't think I wanted to turn it on the old phone, because is that going to sync to my new phone and my computer and everything else?
The question is, if you disconnected it from your phone number with, or whatever your
Right, it
phone
is.
system is, but it still has Wi-Fi capabilities. You should be able to use it as like just an iPad type thing.
Yeah,
But I don't know if track phones allow you to do that. You should be able to log into your Gmail account, and your Android settings should all show up, but it just won't be connected to a phone service. That's how a phone would work. like an
Right.
iPhone. I don't
Right.
know if the track phone is the same way.
Well, but my concern is when and it does say, it gave me it's, I don't know what it even is. I think it's Nancy J Sales at Gmail. And it wants me to, to log on to that account. But I'm worried that then it's going to sync it up with everything else. And all the stuff that's on my new phone isn't going to fit on the old phone. And they're going to explode in my face or what, or knock out everything. Or would it try to sync the old phone to the new phone? And that would change anything that was new in the new phone.
It shouldn't do anything with your new phone. Your new phone
Okay.
should do the same. You could probably, it will probably ask you for a couple options. Do you want to start from scratch? Do you want to back up or retrieve from another account?
Okay.
So you could start from scratch if, that's
Well,
an option.
And it did have.
Or you
it did
just,
have- Okay.
or just bring in what you have on your old phone and delete the stuff you don't want on it.
Well, it did say add an account. So I thought, okay, how about just taking one of my Yahoo accounts and saying add that? Well, it said that didn't work. It said it was. So I don't know if I can make a new Gmail account,
Mhm.
even though I don't have it as an email? Or can I make it as I don't know. That's an idea, I suppose. Make a new Gmail account and see if it answers to that one.
You could create a second Gmail account and start from scratch with that. And then you have a spam email you can use for when marketers want your email account.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I guess I'll try that. That might work if I. And I
It's
just,
just one more email to manage.
but
And
would it? But it would also link to my phone and my computer and everything else, right? As the new Gmail. But why would I care if I'm not using it, right?
if you don't log in on it in that Gmail account on your computer, you would never.
Right. Okay.
Something similar to that is we have a credit card we use only for internet stuff. Say my Capital One card, I don't use on internet stuff. So it is good.
Smart.
Mhm.
It is good to keep things separate in that way.
Yeah, I do that too.
I'm
All right.
impressed you do that, Dan. That's a brilliant idea.
Well, my mom and raised no fool,
Yeah, good old
Yeah.
Dan.
I did find when I went to Safari Preferences under the General tab, there's a link that says remove history items. And you have choices of after 1 day, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, and after the year
Oh, yeah.
annually. But you can't do it every time you shut down Safari. And I don't think that works because I've had it set after 1 day and stuff stays there longer than that. So I'm not sure
Yeah,
that whole thing works.
yeah. That is the question, but yeah, I see it there too.
Yeah.
It's also one of those, there are times I need to go back in my history and find things.
Yeah.
I know. That's what
Like, I just want them to clear the cache and
Guys
cookies.
set like this.
I know, and I use that fairly often anymore. So
Yeah.
it's
It's one of those double-edged storage. It's safer to completely delete it, but for user experience, you it's contradictory. What you want is an encrypted browser, which I think Safari has at least begun to do.
Mhm.
Well, what about that WCN or whatever it's called, that you can open a window in completely private? Is that
Do you
what it's
mean
called?
VPN?
Pardon?
VPN? Virtual private network?
Yeah. VPN, yeah.
That's, yeah, anything on the internet. So you could do that. That would be safer. Again, one more thing to pay for.
Mhm.
Oh, it's not included, it's
No.
another charge.
Not yet, anyway. not yet. It should be,
Yeah.
as
How
with
do you-
everything, you know.
How do you use that? I think it doesn't, my Norton, doesn't it have a VPN?
I think you did set yours up, Dan, if I remember correctly. I'd have to look at your VPN or your Norton, but I think you did set up the Norton VPN.
I probably did because I am on the leading edge. Right?
Which means that anything you do on the computer is encrypted, which means that it's 99% harder for people to hack into your computer, because each time you go to the internet, it's all new information for the hacker. So
Well, you're safe, Dan. You don't have to worry about anything if you've got the VPN.
I don't worry about stuff anyhow. My favorite should, don't worry about tomorrow. Today has no trouble of its own. Matthew 6.
So Dan, you know, the likelihood of you being hacked is very, 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 very teeny at the moment. You are one of the rare people that are doing all this additional stuff.
And I don't even know I'm doing part of it.
So really, your only vulnerability is phishing emails at this point.
I'm vulnerable. I don't feel that secure.
But it's one of those, I just watched a documentary last night about cyber warfare. And it's one of those, if you can spend money protecting yourself, you know, as a precaution, right? With VPNs, antivirus software, all this stuff, encrypted websites. But if you do that, you're much more protected. And the cost of being, you know, a victim of cyber warfare, ransomware, malware is so much more expensive in the long run than all of the antivirus upfront costs to protect yourself.
Just like insurance.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
internet insurance.
Different. This is a dumb question, but my junk mail. If I go in and I see my junk mail, I think that's gone, but it's not. How do I get rid of that totally? If you got a junk mail file, how do you get rid of it, eliminate it permanently?
Do you want to share your screen, Dan, and we can show you?
I don't know if I'm in a sharing mood.
He's afraid we'll attack him.
See what you're up to.
If you don't want to, that's fine.
No,
There should be an,
I hit share screen.
okay. And there should be a second share button.
Okay. Okay, do I want to go on to my email?
Yep. And go to more. Oh man, you have two junk folders. That's interesting.
One's
You got a lot of junk.
Thanks for the hot tip.
Click on one of them.
Nothing's arrived.
Oh, there it is.
Click the down carrot.
No, that's my,
Junk
I-
folder.
Is that your main inbox or is that your junk? No, I think that's your main inbox. Or I think that's your junk inbox.
It said junk at the top.
Right, it did,
I
yeah.
think it's all your junk emails, Dan. I think you were in the right place.
Yeah,
Yeah, it says junk up here at the top.
Right. So
Click the down carrot.
the down thing.
up at the top, Dan. It's the little like check mark box. Yeah.
that one?
Yeah, click that.
That's just a show, well,
Click that again so we can see what it says. Thing above it, not the circles that look like recycling, but the little checkbox with the columns right above that.
Right here,
Yep. Click that.
in their selection mode.
that did a lot good.
That did nothing.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Do you see it next to the word junk? There's a little square that has number 1.
Right,
Click that guy, yeah. Right there. And then hit the little trash can. That's going to delete all the junk. It's 720 emails.
All right.
do you think I dare do it?
I would,
Yeah,
but that's up to you.
It's a big move, guys.
no junk is, there you go. Yay, Dan.
ooh,
Now, should we check the other junk folder?
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
This could make me more popular on the home front. What are you
It
laughing?
freed up a lot of extra space there.
Yes.
More.
Let's see if you can do it without us talking you through it.
I don't think there's anything in it, so.
We'll find out. I think it was the lowercase one you need to click on.
Yeah. No, the other one, that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, isn't that the one he just did?
We can try the other one.
Nothing has arrived yet.
Give it a couple seconds, you'll get a couple more.
Or hit the little recycling arrows. That's a refresh button up at the top.
Where?
Right
This?
there. Yep. Syncing.
So is it true that it only removed the contents? It didn't remove the folder itself?
Right.
Correct.
Okay,
So yeah, go to the other one, Dan. Let's make sure we didn't delete.
The other one was that the top one then?
It was the uppercase J. I'm wondering if you accidentally created a second junk folder. So that might just not have anything in it.
I got a lot of junk. It may not have been an accident.
Yeah, that's the bottom one.
The bottom one?
Yeah.
Yep. And hit the little
Recycle.
refresh.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay,
Right.
good, up to date.
You are junk free.
Dan, do you want to make sure there's not a spam folder as well? Sometimes there's both, which makes no sense.
Should we get rid of one of those junk folders for him?
We should delete the second one. Well, I think it was the uppercase one that was, maybe next week, Dan, we'll check your junk folder and make sure it's the one that we want.
Yeah. Let's not do that all in 1 week. This is,
We'll save that for next week.
Yeah, we don't want to overburden you here.
yes.
Don't see spam.
I don't see spam. At the bottom, is there a trash folder?
It's to try.
Stuff.
No.
You have a lot of folders, Dan.
How can there not be a trash folder?
Guess not.
It might be at the bottom.
That,
Mm-mm.
That's it?
yeah. Okay. Then I'm cleaned up then, right?
B.
So
Okay.
does that mean everything he's trashing is going into junk instead of a trash folder?
It should go, if he went to junk, and hit the trash, it should go to the trash button.
No, but what about regular emails when he says delete? Where do they go?
It should go to the trash button, but I don't see it. Dan, can you click on the archive button?
Nothing there.
Why does it say our junk on it? Oh, there we go. I wonder now, because you probably have deleted things since August.
Twice.
What's the difference between archive and delete?
Delete deletes it or sends it to your trash can and you can delete it there. Archive means I want to keep it forever.
Oh,
Or
okay,
longer.
okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah. Or it's harder to, and it's harder, yeah, to get rid of. Yeah, I'd be curious if we go to the browser, if you can go to the trash in the browser versus the Mac or the Microsoft Mail. But maybe we work on that next week. We won't overwhelm Dan.
I'm at least whelmed, yes.
Baby steps.
Okay,
It doesn't hurt to have it sit in trash for a week or two.
Right. You might need it.
Maybe one of our emails went through.
Now, could
Anything
he,
else you want to look at, Dan, while we have your computer up?
no, I think that's all I can handle.
could he
Sounds
right, could he right click on one of the junks and it would go away? We have a delete option or not? No?
I want to make sure we delete the right junk.
Okay,
So we'll save that for next week.
I might even do it on my own.
Yeah, tomorrow, Dan, if you wake up and see
oh,
if you have any junk emails and delete the other one. And if you right click the other one, there should be a delete option.
I'm gonna do it to impress my wife. I'm gonna show off.
Sounds good. And then you can show us next week that you did it. So Dan, I'm assuming you never created a second email.
Not yet, no. I'm still plain old gentle Dan too.
That's okay.
Oh, you want to try to find my CD?
Oh, yes, I want to see.
How do I unshare? Am I
I
unshare?
already did it for you, Dan.
Thank you.
Let me share.
Yes, please. Let's find that CD because I don't understand.
Okay. Here's the CD. It's on my desktop.
Yeah,
Here's my finder. It's
And
listed
under-
right here.
under locations, is there like a show? Hit the show button. There it is.
Oh, sure enough. Well, now, why wasn't that open?
I don't know, maybe it's defaulted not to have the show on your finder.
I didn't even realize that. Okay, well, that solved that problem quickly.
And you also should be able to double click the CD and the information should show up as well.
I mean, I can right click on it and find stuff, but I can't.
If you double click it, it doesn't open in Finder.
Oh, it's already there. So let me go someplace else. Yeah, it opened as a new window.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right, well.
I'm glad it was that easy. I was like, I don't understand why it wouldn't show unless it's designed for Microsoft computers only. I also, back when I was living in England, the DVDs in England are or different, burn differently than American, so none of them would play on my American computer unless I switched it to the DVD conversion, but you can only do that a couple times, but maybe after, it's been 15 years now since then, so maybe that's improved, but I don't know.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well-
That was simple.
I like when it's that easy.
Yeah,
Bob,
wish
Do you
I had
have-
thought of it.
and did you have questions about iCloud Plus as well?
Well, in the meantime, I hadn't done it beforehand, but in the meantime, I updated my phone to iOS 15.
Mhm.
And when I did it last night overnight, and then this morning, when I turned it on, the first thing it asked me was, I forget how they word it. Do I want to turn on the email, hiding my email address? So I said yes to that. But that's all I've seen so far.
Yeah, if you go under settings, I know mine's now showing under, where it used to say iCloud, it now says iCloud Plus.
So it's in settings.
Um,
iCloud Plus feature updates. Okay, and there's the new features. Yeah, hide my email. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Bob, did you have questions this week?
No, I'm okay, I think.
That's exciting. Congratulations on 65 years of ordination.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Hmm.
I was on at Presbytery by Zoom, which is new for me. Yeah. Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah. Was it a good experience hybrid? I was hard to tell.
I guess it was okay. I noticed some people were making comments on the screen as they went along. I had no comments that I came up, and I'm not facile with all the things I can do that can be done,
Mhm.
and but it's not bothering me greatly.
That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I know you're doing retired or the fellowship group as well. Do you like the hybrid? Or do you find it okay while you're watching that at home? I know this week it was like the back of the speaker's head the entire time.
Well, it's, I guess, okay.
It's called a tentative response.
Yeah. Yeah. Dan, did you do that group too?
Oh, yes. I'm zoomed up the kazoo this week.
Oh, my goodness.
I
Will
love it.
you need surgery after it's all over?
So the cyber colonoscopy.
There you go.
I have to write that one down.
Yeah.
Connie, be sure you watch this to the end.
Oh, I like that too.
Good.
Yeah. Gail, how's your TV doing?
My
Oh, the
who?
sound bar.
My what?
The sound bar on your TV. Wasn't the bass, the sub doing?
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing?
You know what? That is cleared up. It is cleared up. That did clear up. Get down the shore. Yeah, that cleared up.
Oh, that's
And
right. Sure.
I made some real progress. I'm coming along. What did I make progress with? Oh, yesterday I was in the Bible study. So Zoom, and it was fun to do that because it gave me a better feel for what it's like to be home on Zoom. And which there was only 2 of us that were on Zoom. Everybody else was present, but I was part of the small group that stayed in the Spelman Junior. So I could see how that worked, and that was really cool. And then the other good thing that happened to me this week was next week I will be away on vacation. Scott and I are road tripping through New England. And so I was trying to figure out, I have the only licensed subscription in Celebrate Recovery right now. And I was trying to figure out how I could set it up. I was trying to figure out how could I assign a host and not be present.
Right.
All right. I learned that I couldn't because the person that I assign has to be licensed, but I downloaded Zoom onto my phone. And so I will send the invitation out today for the meeting on Monday night. On Monday night, I'll get on the Zoom app on my phone, and I will admit the person that I want to be my co-host and assign co-host to her, which will just take, 2 minutes max.
Right.
And then I'll be off, having dinner or whatever we're going to do. And so, and we practiced that. Virginia and I practiced that 3 times. I'm going to give her the co-host. So as dumb as I can be, I feel encouraged.
Good. I know my mom did. My mom's done that while we've gone out to dinner some nights. She'll just be like, hold on 1 second. Pull this up. Yeah, the only other option would be to create a no waiting room, password only, and then Virginia could claim host.
All right, maybe next year.
Yeah. I know she's not as familiar or comfortable with tech either, which doesn't help.
Right. So we're both proud of ourselves. Virginia and I are that, like I said, we're coming. Like baby steps.
There you
Baby
go.
steps.
Better than no steps at all.
Right.
How is Virginia doing?
Oh, she's doing great. She's just doing great. She and I have the privilege of co-hosting it's called The Journey Continues, but it's like a course within Celebrate Recovery for people who have been in Celebrate Recovery for a while. And it's been since March, and it will go through the end of October. And, as with so many things, to lead this, co-lead with Virginia is like blessing upon blessing.
I love
Yeah.
Truly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You guys
So
are
all
good.
is well. All is well.
We've missed her on here. She joined us a couple times.
Yeah. You know what? She is now interning. I'm sure she would allow me to share this. She's interning for chaplainship. And she has recently, I think as of about 2 weeks ago, she was assigned to Lankenau. So she went from Riddle Hospital, where things are relatively calm, to Lankenau, where the potential for not being calm is much greater. But you know what? She's handling it just fine.
Great.
Yeah, she's going to be a great chaplain.
Good.
Yeah.
That is exciting.
It is.
I did not know that was happening. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else for the good of the order before we break for a week?
Thank you very much.
Other questions, concerns?
Yep, I'm good. You solved mine already.
I liked how easy yours was, Chuck.
Tell ya. Take easy.
Need
ones
more
like
of those
that.
softballs.
I'm just mad I didn't think of it or figure it out.
It happens to the best of us.
I'll just leave and get rid of some more junk.
You don't have any left, Dan.
Oh, there's plenty.
Are you saying we're junk?
Yeah, he's getting rid of us.
No,
Everybody have a good week. Rest of the
You
week.
too.
Nice
Bye-bye.
weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bless you.
Bye.
Bye.